is. Not only that, there's something rather spooky about visiting your former home on Christmas Eve.
Especially after so many years.
Do you think you'll ever be able to sell it?
Oh, yes, I think so, Miss Uproy. It may take a little time.
Well, I told poor Humphrey to put it in the market years ago when we first went to Thailand.
1953.
53? Yes, it must have been. But you know how stubborn my brother always was.
Very single-minded.
No, stubborn. I'd like you in this one, Mr. Gudgeon.
Oh, must I?
Oh, yes, I insist. After all, the Gudgeons... could you move a little more to your left? The Gudgeons were almost as much a part of Motley Hall as the Uproars were. Good. That's all, I think. Now I've almost a complete record of the place.
Will you be staying in England for the new year?
No, flying back on the 28th. Can't leave things too long. Lot of locusts about. And not only the winged variety. Well, I don't suppose I'll ever see the place again. Right.
Go. There.
Why are we hanging these stockings up?
Because people did when they lived here, so we do the same. It's all part of Christmas.
Childish nonsense.
But it's Christmas Eve, White Lady. I mean, we always do it.
Yes, and all we ever get in them is soot.
I found a moth once.
Here we are! Only one I can find. One of Humphrey's old rug socks, I think. Hello. We're one short.
I decided to give Christmas a miss this year.
What do you mean, give Christmas a miss?
Not take part.
Oh,
Not join in any of those silly games, not sing any of those ridiculous carols. We can't give each other presents. We're not going to get any cards. No one is coming to stay, I hope. So far as I can see, it's the same as any other time of year.
Fair show.
Rubbish! Never had anything like it. Not celebrate Christmas. I mean, not celebrate Christmas. You are right, of course. We are being ridiculous. Funny thing is, I'd never realised it before.
But, Sir George, the festive season, Yule.
You'll what?
You what? Look, just because we're dead, it don't mean to say we've got to be miserable. When I think of the Christmases we had when I was alive, of course it was a very, very busy time of the year for me, you see, because I was Lord of Misrule for the whole 12 days, see? And I had to organise all the revels, all the games we used to play.
Yeah.
Kiss in the ring, leapfrog, blind man's buff.
Funny, I can't remember what I did for Christmas.
You used to get very, very drunk on Christmas Eve.
That's probably why Christmas Day is such a blur. Unless...
What did you used to do, Matt?
Oh, we had the grand feast in the barn. All the stable lads, grooms, gardeners, they'd be all bobbing for apples and dancing with the kitchen maids.
Anyone remember the taste of plum pudding? No, neither do I.
Oh, the mince pies we had, full of beef tongues, raisins, chopped chicken.
Oh, stop it, Matt. You're making me wish I could feel hungry again.
I wish I could see Motley Hall as it used to be at Christmas time.
You'll just have to imagine it, Sir George.
Remember the firelight?
And the candles?
Yeah.
And the presents under the,
Under the tree.
And the whole decked with evergreen.
Yes, that really was Christmas. I didn't...
Oh, but... We've gone back.
Don't be silly, Fanny. How could we?
It's the house, Sir George. It heard you. It's the house that's gone back.
Which Christmas?
Oh, what's it matter? It's all so warm and friendly. We lived in.
Yes, but by whom, I mean? Which uproar?
This will tell us, Sir George. The Times, December the 24th, 1848.
Great Gladstone. I was 10.
I was dead.
Bertie was 8. And Frederick and Alexander were 7.
I was by Alexandra. She saw me once, you know.
Really? She never told us.
Wasn't she frightened?
Right, no, not a bit. I told her she was dreaming.
Yes, I'm not too sure we're not dreaming.
Who cares? We're going to have a real Christmas again.
Yes.
Look at that!
That, my boy, is a Christmas tree. Must be one of the first in Motley.
Yes, that's our German governess, her idea. That's the only decent idea she ever had.
We never had nothing like that in the stables.
To Bertie, from Mama. Ah!
What?
To George from Uncle Edwin.
What are you doing?
Oh, sorry. I only wanted to see what I was getting.
Dear Sir Henry, such a sweet man.
Papa! First rate.
Why is he an hunting rig?
He always wore it.
Always?
He never wore anything else.
Even buried in it.
That's odd.
He was.
I've never asked you this before, but did my father ever see any of you?
He never saw me.
Or me.
Oh, he heard me a couple of times. He put it down to indigestion.
Gudgeon!
Gudgeon, but I thought he was...
This is 1848. Sir Henry is calling your Gudgeon's great-grandfather.
Great-great-grandfather.
You sure?
Quite sure. I may not know who I am, but I do know who everybody else is.
Gudgeon!
You rang, Sir Arthur?
Ah! Sir Henry Gudgeon. Sir Arthur was my father.
Oh, yes, yes. You must forgive me, Sir Memory, but my Henry isn't what he used to be.
Dear old faithful. How well you've served us through the years.
Eh?
He's as deaf as Drake's gunner.
And may you be with us for many Christmases to come.
Don't look too likely.
Compliments of the season, sir.
It's time for the Yule log, Henry.
Oh, so it is. Bring in the Yule. What a charming dress.
You like it,
You look radiant.
Henry.
Now. That blasted beet should burn well, Gudgeon.
Blasted beat.
You should never have chopped it down, Sir Arthur.
But it wasn't safe, Gudgeon.
Ah, you ready, Imogen? Yes. Splendid, splendid. Come in, come in.
A real old English Christmas.
Like we used to have, eh?
Does your heart good, don't it, Matt?
The good old days.
That dress doesn't suit you.
Oh,
No, makes you look frumpish.
frumpish.
Yes.
Well, at least I don't look ridiculous.
Ridiculous, madam.
Utterly ridiculous. And childish and stupid and thoroughly nasty.
And you, madam, are the most peevishly petulant virago it has ever been my misfortune to encounter.
You cantankerous toad!
Ain't very nice on Christmas Eve.
That's enough.
I haven't finished.
That's enough, madam. That is enough. More than enough.
I haven't finished. That's right, don't be bullied.
You may not have finished, madam, but I have.
Oh,
Odds, by the fellow's a tyrant.
She's a tyrant.
Hold your tongue, boy.
I ain't your servant. I can say what I like.
Silence, you impudent puppy.
Don't you talk to Matt like that.
I'll talk this guy in high too.
There you won't.
You're as bad as your father.
What do you mean by that?
arrogant and self-satisfied.
How dare you?
And you're waspish.
What did you say? What?
Yes, waspish.
Oh, don't go in there, my lady. I really wouldn't advise it.
Why not? Why not?
The cook, my lady, she's fighting two of the footmen.
You're a public scandal.
You are a national disaster. Cockstone-bounder.
Bully?
Fishwife.
Mohawk.
Flippity gibbet.
By heavens, sir, if I had my sword, I'd chop your ears off.
You chicken-brained rake-hell. I would annihilate you. I'd cut your head.
Go on, Sir George, cut him down.
Not him, Fanny, it's not him!
How you dog? Up the uproar!
If you've come to apologise, madam, you're wasting your breath.
Apologise? Cook has gone savage. The staff are fighting amongst themselves. And Motley Hall... Motley Hall is haunted.
Ha!
Go on, get him, Sir George, run him through.
Remember your swatting blow.
Where are we fighting?
I didn't know, I forgot.
Go on.
Shall we call it a draw? All right. What came over it?
Dunno. Most odd. Very.
I just felt, well, awfully furious.
So did I. Extraordinary.
A blind rage.
You're unhinged, madam. Unhinged. Did you know that?
I'll show you.
Very well, then show me. Well, madam, where fighting swords?
They've stopped.
Oh, stopped, have they? Do you take me for a fool, madam?
I saw them. I tell you, I saw them.
This is your fault, Fanny.
My fault?
You started the fighting, didn't you?
It was that little brute who fetched the sword.
What did you call me?
A little brute.
Especially your mother.
And what is the matter with Mother?
Practically everything.
In the morning, I shall take the children and go home to Mother.
General Sir George Uproar!
I am your great grandfather.
Read Jocelyn, man, who thinks you're your father.
Come back! Come back this instant! Where do you think you're going?
I'm leaving, Sir Arthur.
Henry. Henry!
No, my name is William, and nothing you can say will make the slightest difference. I'm going.
You are staying stern! I'll tell you when you can go!
The place has become a madhouse.
Back to your quarters! Christmas! You may be my great-grandfather. Great-grandfather.
Stop it! Stop it! They're fighting again.
So we are.
I suppose... Well, it could just be my silly intuition. But perhaps we're being made to feel angry.
Me too.
An elemental.
What in the name of blazes? Is an elemental.
A bad spirit. Rather like a poltergeist.
Would be something foreign.
Elementals actually make people quarrel. And then they feed on the unhappiness they cause.
Absolutely rotten.
And of course, the more unhappiness they cause, the stronger they become.
What do they look like?
They're invisible. But once they get into a house, it's almost impossible to get them out.
Yes.
But if there is one, what can we do about it?
Starve it out.
What do you mean by this?
Well, it stands to reason. It feeds on misery and anger. Yeah. What we got to do is fill Motley with friendship and happiness.
That's it, the very thing.
Congratulations. Reconcile Mama and Papa.
Yes.
Bring back the spirit of Christmas.
Yes. I'd like to say how dreadfully sorry I am for all the really nasty things I've said.
Yeah, so would I. I have been very, very unkind.
Can you all forgive me?
Of course we
Thank
will.
you. Thank
No,
you.
no, it was really all my fault.
Oh, no, my fault. It was not.
It was my
It was everyone's fault.
It was everyone's fault.
Let's forgive and forget, eh?
Yeah, agreed.
Gloriana, that proves it.
The Oriental.
Elemental.
Feeding on anger.
We brought it out into the open. Now we've got to catch it.
Yes, ain't gonna be easy.
When did it start, all this fighting?
Everything was jolly at first. Drinking a punch, bringing in the Yule.
That's when it started, when they brought in the Yule log.
The blasted beech.
Eh?
The Yule log was cut from the blasted beech tree.
Sir Henry had it chopped down because it wasn't safe.
What was it Gudgeon said?
He said, Sir Henry shouldn't have done it.
Perhaps Gudgeon was fond of it.
No, it wasn't. And it was something in the way he spoke, a kind of a dread.
You think Gudgeon knows something about the blasted bee?
Yeah.
What?
Let's ask him.
The excitement's balling him out. Come your ways.
Where are we going?
To Gudgeon.
Give me my book back, Bodkin.
Crafty old devil, you knew we were here all the time.
Now you've lost my place.
Ain't you frightened?
Frightened? Why should I be? I'm always seeing you. Well, he's new. I just don't tell anyone, that's all.
Why not?
They'd think I was crackers.
Mr. Gudgeon,
Go
we want to
away,
know what...
Go away.
Not until you tell us about the blasted beech.
Oh, that's comical, that is.
Oh, go on then, make us laugh.
Me telling spooks about the blasted beach.
What's funny about it?
It's haunted.
Form square. Everything's charged!
Are you Father Christmas?
Good heavens, no.
You're not a burglar, are you?
No.
Then what are you doing here?
I'd come for Christmas.
Ma didn't tell me.
No, she didn't know when you went to bed.
So you're a surprise.
Yes.
I'm George Uproar.
George Henry Arthur.
Yes.
Of course you are. You're 10 years old. I recognize you.
I don't recognize you.
No, well, you wouldn't.
I don't even know you. Do I?
Not yet. Good grief.
What's the matter?
I've just remembered something very strange. You see, Georgie, when I was your age, one Christmas Eve, I saw someone too.
Who?
I thought it was odd at the time. But now I see why he couldn't tell me his name.
And who are you, sir?
Well, I'll have to say to you what he said to me. He said it's too hard to explain.
I'd understand. Papa says I'm quite clever for my age.
I know he does, but I'm not clever enough for mine. Georgie, whatever happens... Oh, dear. There's such a lot I'd like to tell you, Georgie. The good times you'll have. And the disappointments, too, of course.
Disappointments?
Yes, we all get those. And there'll be times when you... But you must discover it all for yourself. I mustn't tell you.
Can you tell me if I'll have lots of presents tomorrow?
Lots. And so will Bertie and Frederick and Alexandra.
What will mine be?
No, I can't tell you that.
Tell me one.
No, wait a minute. Good grief. Of course. Motley Castle.
Motley Castle?
Yes, well, that's what I called it. It's a fort.
A fort?
Yes.
How splendid.
Very splendid. With battlements and a keep and a drawbridge that works most of the time.
It's just what I want. You see, I'm going to be a soldier when I grow up.
And so you shall. I'm a soldier.
What rank?
General.
Then when I grow up, I shall be a general, just like you.
So you will.
Do you really think so?
Exactly like me.
I'll go back to bed now.
Yes.
Good night, General.
Oh, right. Oh, aha. is Miss.
Motley Castle.
Yes. See you at breakfast.
See you at breakfast.
But of course I didn't.
Sir George! Sir George!
Guardian's told us everything.
Gudgeon has?
The blasted beach was haunted.
What, by the elemental?
Gudgeon said there's a story, one Christmas Eve long ago, even before Motley was built, that a young lad was killed falling from that tree.
And his spirit has been imprisoned in the tree ever since.
And when the Yule log was chopped from the tree and brought into the house,
He came too.
And fast! Without cause trouble.
Whatever happens, we mustn't quarrel.
Surround it!
Goodwill to all.
Goodwill.
You're only making yourself miserable.
We merely wish to be friends.
we only want to help you.
You know your trouble. You've been chained to that old beach too long, you've forgotten what it's like to be human. Loving people and forgiving their faults, that's human, see? Not trying to become strong by feeding on unhappiness and stirring up anger. That's why we want to share the spirit of Christmas with you. When Sir Henry chopped down that blasted beach, he gave you the best Christmas present you ever had. He set you free. And it ain't nice repaying him by causing all this trouble. You still listen to me? And are you ashamed of yourself? Good. Go on, then. You're free. Free to go wherever you like. Over the fields, up to the stars, even. Just don't let us down, will you? Off you go.
Forgive me, my dear.
Forgive me, Henry.
It's Christmas Day.
Come in, a Merry Christmas to you all. Come in. Ah, punch.
My friends, my very dear friends.